Hey everyone, here's my review for the new Red Dead Redemption DLC Legends and Killers, which includes 9 new multiplayer maps for team deathmatch and all that kind of stuff, team gang shootout and gangbang, all that fucking shit. And you get a bunch of new characters from the old first game, Red Dead Revolver, and you get the new weapon, the Tomahawk, which is playable in single player and multiplayer, free roam and whatever. So I'm here to talk about them. Now, I didn't play all the maps. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't play all the maps. I didn't have time to play all the maps because I have so many games I'm playing now. It was weird because there was a whole week where there was nothing to play except like one game, and I didn't really want to play that game. Now I have so many games I'm playing. I'm playing Nier, I'm playing Monday Night Combat, I'm playing freaking Halo 3, I'm playing now Red Dead Redemption. I'm playing all these games. And I didn't have time to play all the maps, mostly because every time I went into multiplayer, it was playing like a map that I already played, and I was like, oh, come on. Then something happened where I would go to a different game, and then I found out, like, I don't know, it was something weird. So I didn't get to play all the maps. So before I talk about the maps, which I only played about 5 of them. I can't remember all the names, but I'll tell you what I thought of some of the maps overall. Let me talk about the characters and the Tomahawk. Now let me just talk about the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk is probably one of the best ranged weapons I've ever played with. It's so much fun. You can do so much things with this thing. It's pretty much like the throwing knife. If you've used that, you just throw it, and pretty much wherever you're aiming at, it'll go, pretty much. If you're, like, auto-aiming at someone. Now, what's awesome about this is that it's much bigger than the knife, so if you hit someone in the face with this thing, you see a big freaking, pretty much hatchet, in someone's face, except it's a tomahawk. It's no difference anyway. It's a freaking blade on a stick. So anyway, you'll see a big freaking hatchet in someone's face, and it's hilarious. You could go loot their body, get it again, hit someone else. It's just so much fun. I played about an hour and a half of multiplayer. Multiplayer and single player together, just using this weapon because it's so much fun. So I have to admit, the Tomahawk is definitely worth some Microsoft points itself. Like I would say, maybe $2 just to get this weapon would be awesome. Like a separate DLC for it. Not saying this DLC is bad, but just saying if this was a separate DLC, it would be worth the $2 just to get this if you don't want the maps and the freaking characters. Anyway, the characters themselves, you get some Red Dead Revolver characters, which is awesome because I love Red Dead Revolver. I don't care what anybody says, I love Red Dead Revolver. It's not better than Red Dead Redemption. Hell no, Red Dead Redemption is much better. But Red Dead Revolver is still one of my favorite Western games of all time. It has a great combat system, has great characters. Red Harlow is the main character, and you get him in this. You get other people that are inspired by, not really inspired. Red Dead Redemption has a lot of characters that are inspired by Red Dead Revolver's characters. Like Anna Stokes is in this game. From the original game, there's a girl named Anna Stokes, which is pretty much like Bonnie McFarlane in Red Dead Redemption. They're both very similar. In this game, you get Anna Stokes, and I love playing as her again. You only had a couple missions where you played as her in Red Dead Revolver, so it's cool to play her again. You get Buffalo Soldier, which was just a random soldier, kind of. You get Jack Swift, which was one of my favorite characters from Red Dead Revolver. And you get a couple other characters. You have Mr. Kelly, who you fought in a big, what the hell is it called? Quick draw competition in Red Dead Revolver. He was like the big guy. You get to play as, who else? You get to play as a couple other characters. Not really important who else you play as, really. There's a few characters like that, and it's sweet to play as them. I played as Red Harley myself, because he's the main character of Red Dead Revolver. And it's sweet to play as him again. He looks a little different than what he looked like in Red Dead Revolver, mostly because of the graphic change, but it's great to play as these characters again. It was just a great thing to play as them. Now the maps. Let's go into the maps. I didn't play all the maps. I have to admit, I did not. I couldn't. I told you I couldn't. I didn't have enough time. And if you wanted to have this review today or in about a week, I probably won't even be playing it again in a week because I have so many games. Kane and Lynch 2 is coming out, and I still have all those other games to play, like Nier and Monday Night Combat. I'm still playing Deadliest Warrior. Still playing Snoopy Flying Ace. I have a lot of games to play. So yeah, I still have those games to play, so I'm not gonna have enough time to check out all the other maps, but so far from the maps I've seen, there's a couple that are really cool. There's one where it's like, I don't remember the name, there's one where it's like pretty much a forest area. It's tall trees, there you go, it's a forest area, and that's really cool with tomahawks, that's really fun. There's one where there's it's like on a mountain, there's a whole bunch of rocks everywhere, which is also fun to play with tomahawks and stuff. There's one, Escalera, I remember that one. That one's not so well, it's like a big town. If you play the single player, you know what it is. It's like a big town, like that's on like somewhat of a hill. So there's one side of the town which is higher than the other, so you can pretty much snipe there. It's not really fun. You have what is it called? Slave. I forgot what it's called. Not slave. It's damn. It's called bandit. Shit. Bandits. I don't know. I forgot what the map's called. I should have thought about this before I did this, but whatever. It's a pretty cool map. If you played the single player, you've seen this map before. It's a really cool one, but the one problem I have with it is that it's also a sniping fest. So if you just go on this building, you have protection and you can snipe, and it's hard to shoot someone if you don't have a sniper. I mean, shoot someone like that if they're in cover. I mean, they have a little part of their head so you can run up there, but they'll probably snipe you. So it's a little annoying. So a lot of the maps are somewhat sniping maps, a little bit, but a lot of them are really fun with the new Tomahawk, and they use the Tomahawk really well in some of these maps. So overall, for $10, you get the Tomahawk, a bunch of new characters that are from an old game, and you get a bunch of maps that are pretty much from the single player and free roam. You can play both. You can play in these maps on free roam and stuff, and single player, but you have multiplayer, competitive multiplayer, so it's a little different. So I would say it's worth the $10. If you love Red Dead Redemption like me, I wasn't even going to get this because it didn't really come with much, I think. I don't play much multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption, but I think it's worth it if you play a lot of multiplayer. Even if you play some multiplayer Red Dead Redemption, I think it's worth it because the Tomahawk is really freaking cool. So overall, if I had to give this a score, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's very good. Not fantastic, but very good overall. So there you go. There's my freestyle review. Hope you enjoyed it. Kind of crazy. I talk way too fast. I know. Shut up. Anyway, if you understand me, then shut the fuck up. Anyway, thank you, and bye. Also, that map I couldn't think about, it was called Thieves Landing. So there you go. Thieves Landing is that place I was talking about where you can't snipe the snipers, and it's a little cheap, but still fun. Anyway, there you go. That's my review, 8 out of 10.